All right, 1703, cord banks. This is where I really like genetics too, because you start to get into so many personal debates about what you believe, and what your values are. And everybody's are slightly different and they're their own. And that's where, like, I think it's kind of cool. So this assignment kind of gets into that type of thing. And what you're looking at is basically new parents have some important decisions to make, and then there can be decisions around the child's umbilical cord. So you're going to add some notes into your notes about stem cells, but basically, why do cord banks exist is what we're going to end up looking at. So basically, there's cells and they haven't specialized yet. So they haven't become your nerve cells yet. They haven't become like a muscle cell yet. They're sort of in this zone of development that hasn't quite specialized into something. And then there's the belief that they could be used to treat and prevent diseases and repair damaged tissues, almost like you could make those cells into whatever type of cell you needed. So as you grow up, the sort of thought for parents is, as you grow up, if a child was to get sick, then maybe they would have access to these stem cells. And as research within stem cells continues to develop, then there's the possibility, that it could really help you out in the future or help out a close family member, or something else. So basically, yeah, stem cells, haven't moved into whether they're going to be nerve cells or blood cells or cardiac cells or whatever. So in this, it's funny to me too, because when I had Izzy, I don't know whether you actually have to look into this or not, but I don't remember there being any information about this, but who knows? So in Ontario, people can decide to pay for the storage of their baby's umbilical cord. So basically, there's private companies that offer to store it for you for a fee. So if someone uses a private cord bank, the cord is only for their use and for the use of their family. Nobody else can use it. So if you're willing to pay the fee, these are some of the places. Then either you or your family member could use it. So kind of interesting, right? And would I have done that with Izzy had I looked into it at the time? I don't know. I was probably pretty broke at the time, so I don't know if that would have hit high on my list. But, that's just like your life at the time, right? So then there's also a public cord bank in Canada. So if a parent decides they want to donate cord blood to the public bank, anyone who's a match gets it. So you may not be able to get your own baby's cord blood back, but you possibly could have a match. So this is pretty cool, I think. So you're going to donate it. You know that you don't directly have access to it. But you potentially could, or at least find a matching donor. So kind of interesting. I don't remember these as options when I had Isabel. Maybe it's a more recent sort of thing with having children. So different articles are here. Why it's a good idea, why it's not a good idea, private versus public. And you are going to go through those articles. And I'll show you the task. It's open up here. There's a rubric. You're going to submit it to the Dropbox for me. So let's have a look at the overview. So you are going to create two different charts for me as you're going through that information. So you're going to do the pros and the cons of using a private cord bank first. So what would be some pros? What would be some cons? And then you're going to do pros and cons of the public cord bank. Okay, these could be dot points. I don't expect full sentences here. After you've done that, you're going to write a paragraph that answers the following question. Which type of cord bank do you support, private or public? Keeping in mind, all of this is personal opinion. I don't have an opinion about your opinion. I don't mark you down for having one opinion or the other. It is totally and completely up to you to have an opinion and to support it. Okay, so I would like you to stick to one side of the debate. So if you choose private, choose it all the way in your answer. Don't waver between the two opinions. If you choose public all the way strong through your answer. Use some support from those articles, and use that the whole way through your answer. So don't flip flop. Well, some things are good about private and some things are good about public. I just want you to stick to one side of the debate and you tell me which one you support. So you should have an opening sentence that says, I feel that private cord banks are the way to go, period. And then you would give me maybe 3 sentences. The first reason I believe this is, and give me a piece of evidence. The second reason I believe this is, give me another piece of evidence. Third reason I believe this is, give me evidence. And then you're going to give me a concluding sentence that sounds a lot like or at least is similar to your initial sentence. So it should be a fairly quick one. And submit that to me to the Dropbox area or assignment. Sorry, I always think about how they used to name it.